Begin. Shots at 151 and a bottle of what we can. El Capitan. We're going to go straight into game, I think, today. Go straight into it. Boom. Bing bang bosh. Let's get some of these whipped out nice and early. Live. Cool. Welcome back once again. Another viewer game analysis coming at you. This one's going to be a Cupid game. We don't get many Cupid games in, but we probably will do now that he's back in the meta. Cupid's played on the screen by Protesis Dom, and he currently goes 6, 6, and 8 in this game in this 30-minute loss. What rank are you in? He's currently in Silver 5. How do you think you played? I think I played okay. I just switched from support to AD carry, but I played both. I'm kind of confident in 1v1 over AD carries, but I'm not sure when to rotate and when to freeze the lane. I think I was typing sometimes during the match. Sad face. Oh, he already knows I'm going to get angry about that. He can already tell I'm going to be upset with him typing. What aspects of the game did you struggle with? Rotating, freezing versus pushing. Alright, so we can definitely just look at the laning phase in this one then. What aspects of the game do you feel comfortable with? The 1v1 scenarios. Cool. So, when we watch this one through, we'll have a little look. See exactly when he could have rotated, when he couldn't. Let's see what he's up against. It's up against a Neath. Now, the Neath matchup versus a Cupid matchup, they both have sustain. Neath can poke a little bit in terms of using her weaves to be able to, so her unravel, I should say, to reduce the attack speed of Cupid and sustain pretty well in the lane too. One thing that Cupid can do, though, is if he goes all in, he has kill potential underneath. Because of the Fields of Love, it applies a cripple, means you can't black flip out. Plus a heart bomb means Ripperino Pepperinos for our good friend Neath. So you do have kill potential in this lane. You're up against, though, in it Sylvanas, who has some sustain, and Athena. I think you and Athena definitely have the killing factors in this one. Although you are against a double root that can cause you a couple of issues. Good positions on the buff. I like the way that you walked away from it as soon as possible, even though you weren't tanking. You got to your max range and kept attacking. Pick up your purple, straight to lane. Don't stand around close to those minions. There was no reason to. You literally walked up and gave him a kiss. I think you were probably typing them, maybe. I'm not sure. Don't be kissing minions. No reason to. Why are we not throwing out a heart bomb? There we go. Once you get 10 stacks of your heart bomb, don't be scared to throw it out. Try to be focusing on the gods to push them back. Now, Athena dies early in this lane, but some of this is because you don't really put much lane pressure on this one. I'm not going to blame you fully for this, but you have to take into account that this situation here right now, there should have been a heart bomb down already. If not on the minions, it should have been on Neath herself. She's in prime position for you to just throw out this heart bomb. If it connects with her, it's going to make her back up. What it'll make her do is at least step to the side, because you know as A, she's going to get stunned by it, because it should be a stun one by this point, and at the same time she wants to stand over to this side to get away from the minion aggro of her creep, so they don't actually die to the heart bomb either. This gives you a few seconds of open opportunity to get the aggression on. I just need to find what button you're on now, because I've lost you. There we go. The best news is it wasn't first blood, because your buddy in the other lane got it. Now, because you know guys haven't pushed away very well, this is what happens sometimes where they've actually not put the pressure on in the lane. And now that Athena's going to tank a full minion wave, get hit by a root, and the dream is collapsing, as Cumber would say, as she gets pulled in and her life ends. Need to focus on making sure you push down these creeps a little bit more. I feel like you miss a lot of auto attacks trying to go for it. That heart bomb was very, very good. See how that was much better than the last one? Don't be scared to use your heart bombs aggressively like that. Oh, we didn't respect the minions again. This was the issues in this game already, I can see. We'll go right back to the start, I feel, because right from the start it feels like there was issues in this lane that needed to be fixed. First of all, this immediate issue is probably what set you up from a lot of it. I think you were typing there because you don't even fire a shot. It looks like you were typing and holding the W key. What that ends up doing means that they've already got the push going. You managed to kill the front creeps thanks to the help of Athena. But now that you've not been firing any shots at these back ones, you reposition yourself, then you have to come back in again to start your auto attacks. What should have been done there was probably a heart bomb straight on them to try and catch yourself back up. But you've already lost the early push advantage. You're against the Sylvanas as well, whose push power is fantastic. So is Neves, to be fair. So you may lose the push, but you do have kill potential still. You've just got to respect the minions a little bit more. Heart bomb should have probably come out at this point here. You could have thrown that onto Sylvanas there. That would have pushed him back. If he does keep on coming, now that he's, walking towards you with a heart bomb on him, what'll happen is when you aggro him like that, these minions here will aggro you and they'll pull forward, which means that you can come back to a safer distance and continue farming. As you can see, you did auto him then, but you weren't focusing on the creeps enough afterwards. Don't be trying to poke them with auto attacks, just be trying to poke them with the heart bomb whenever you can onto the players. So the first blood goes down, you reposition yourself back to tower, which is fine. And continue trying to farm up. The heart bomb was good there. But then we need to just back up again. Once we eat that, that's also painful. And now the one issue here is that you've stood this far forward, okay? Standing this far forward against this full minion wave means that the archers won't come into tower range because they're all going to position themselves just out of it because they can attack you. And what ends up happening is, look how many archers you eat here. Look, you've got 1 arrow coming, 2 arrows coming, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 arrows come in, and then you also get auto attacked by Neath as well. That's the only reason you die. You just don't respect the archer minions at the start of this one, and you probably should have done. By not respecting them at the start there, it's just put you behind in this lane now. Back to base though, do we buy anything? Now we've got 500 gold on us, and I know you're trying to save for your Devourer's Gauntlets, which is fine, but what you probably want to do is, because this lane seems to be quite hard, Athene's having a rough time of it, you've had a rough time of it already, they're going to hit level 5 early, they're probably going to look for all-ins. I would have at least got probably 2 health potions maybe, you don't really need the mana potions, you've got Bluestone and your Cupid, but I probably would have just got 2 health potions just to make sure I could sustain, maybe just the 1, if I really want to try and risk it a little bit. So back to lane, respect them now because look where you are. You want to push out of the tower and farm the minions, which I can understand. The only issue is that you're currently level 3. They're level 5. They're going to be looking for the kill opportunity at the next available moment to make sure they get the pressure on again and continue farming their way up. Respect the minions. Okay, the floor was okay. See, this was an opportunity then when they're all aggroing onto Athena to just throw that heart bomb onto Neath. You've missed a couple of opportunities here for some poke damage, just to put the pressure back onto them. And also, don't attack these front minions. The reason I'm saying don't attack the front minions is once they get in tower range, they're the ones that the tower's going to focus first of all because they're nearest to the tower. If you focus on the back minions and throw out your heart bomb, you'd be able to clear this whole 3 minions out and make sure you get gold from them as well as the experience. What you'll find now is you'll probably lose some gold from all of these. You're going to lose gold for 1, you get 1, you'd lose that one. And now you're typing as well because you're upset with Athena's play. Your play's not been amazing either, but you shouldn't be typing about Athena's play when your play's just in the same boat, really. Neither of you are respecting these two in the lane. You went aggressive, you didn't buy any potions, you're not clearing the wave properly. I want to see more heart bombs going out now. You need to clear this wave out. Heart bomb that wave. Come on, there we go. There we go, heart bomb it. Keep going, clear them out, ignore the melee ones. That was much better in that wave. You do get hit by a pull, don't respect Sylvanas, good flutter away. Heal yourself up with your hearties. Me hearties, why are we basing? Why are we basing? Why are we basing? There should be no reason to base here in this situation whatsoever. You're level 4 still, you've still got another wave coming into base, you've got hearts to keep yourself sustained, and we're still trying to save for Devourer's Gauntlets. I don't like this call to base here. This was a mistake, and I think this one's going to hurt you even more in this laning phase, more than anything else. What did we base for? What did we base for? So, you go back to base, and you get rank 2 of Devourer's Gauntlets, and that's it. Is it really worth going back to base just for rank 2? It's not really. The position you were in, you've lost a full minion wave to the tower. That actually puts them even further ahead in the lane because you chose to do that. You could have got more out of that one than you actually did, and now you're going to be sat there under the tower. How many levels down are we against this Neath now? 3 levels down against the Neath. So, it's going to be even rougher for you to try and deal with this one. Heart bomb was better. That should have been happening a lot sooner when you realised you were losing the wave clear, in all honesty. Oh, get pulled in again. Float away. Okay. That's fine. Respect the fact that they've got the push again. Heart bombs. Just heart bomb the front one. Start working them down already. Start working them down already. That was a Giannis as well. How did Giannis all hit when he's fighting? Oh, he's fighting this way. Okay, sorry, my fault. I'm looking at the red side and like, what? He's going that way. Why you're over here? Never mind. Ignore me. Too many games on the other side. So, the situation in this game right now, which is the bad news, is the fact that everybody's coming to duo lane to come and feed off you two because you're like free kills the way you've both been playing it. And that means that you're going to get Giannis coming and going, well, I'd like some free kill booty. And I reckon he's like, hey, I like a bit of an odd free kill as well. Please, don't mind if I do. So now you're going to get even more pressure in this lane. There's a really good ultimate coming out in rotation from Poseidon. Oh, the flutter. The flutter was not good. The flutter was not good. The flutter was not good. Well, okay then. Well, okay then. Now, I'll watch this back, because that was pretty cool. I like the fact you put your Fields of Love down. We should have been faster on the Fields of Love. As soon as we saw the Whirlpool go down, we should have been on with the Cripple straight away. Fields of Love should have been on now. I guess you would just start range. You get in range and drop it, which is good. Focus the right targets as well. The flutter was not needed then. The flutter was not needed. Now that flutter basically is your only form of escape. If Arachne turned her attention to you instead of Athena, you'd probably be dead in this situation. There's no way for you to escape. You've got no sort of CC defense here to get out of this one. That flutter to try and chase onto a Sylvanas was not required. You had an Athena, you had also a Poseidon with you to do the job that you were looking for. And in the end, you position yourself on the backside that could have got you in trouble there. Good news is, Arachne chases after the other target. And now we're going to release some of the pressure you had in this lane now. Some. We want to farm? Are we going to go back to base? Okay, go back to base with Devour's Golems. I'm okay with that too. Just to catch yourself back up. Let's check in with Neith now and you and just see where you're both at. You have Devour's Golems, Neith has Devour's Golems and boots. The best news is, even though she's 4-1, and she's got a substantial gold lead, the only difference is she's got beads, okay? So you can catch up in this lane, and the good news is you're stacking at the same time. So back to lane, focus on stacking. Should be the game plan. Oh, should have flooded straight away then. Really should have flooded straight away. Let's have a little look back at that one. Now, you clear the wave out, and you still have to respect the fact that you're not winning this lane outright, okay? You and Athena together are not combining very, very well. At the same time, Sylvanas and Neith really are. The double root combos really causing you issues. Now this minion's dead, there's no reason for you to be here. Flutter should have been done exactly then, before this pull even hit you. Unfortunately, you get hit by the pull, but you do get out. It was a good taunt from Athena. Good turnaround for damage, but that might kill you now. Unless you get body blocked for the Spirit Arrow, which he's looking for. Just stay still. Just stay still. Stay still and let Athena position herself. Stay still. Oh, wow. Okay. Hearts? Hearts? That's right. Drop those hearts down. Eat those hearts up. I consider maxing hearts here just because it's only going to cost you 50 mana throughout the whole of it to get them going. And it'll give you more sustain as well and keep you going. Just because this is a negative matchup that's going for you now, you're not having a good time with it. Oh. Oh, more poke. Back to base, boys. Boots. Consider getting a health potion at this point. I like the fact that I've seen wards in your inventory, but I'd really consider having health potion online just because of the amount of poke you are taking. And hopefully, if we're lucky, Athena might just rotate away now and just leave us to try and fend for ourselves, which would really help us out. Just in case of heart bombs. Heart bomb that line. Heart bomb it. Oh, you didn't heart bomb the right one, but it's fine. You lose the tower early on. This is a very, very rough lane that's been set up for yourself. A lot of this comes down to the initial play at the start of the game. You'd be surprised how easily it is for this sort of stuff to be forced because of the very early game. Oh my god, that's a dead Arachne. That's a dead Arachne. That's a dead Arachne. That's a dead Arachne. It should be a dead Arachne. It is a dead Arachne, but it's also a dead Cupid. It took way too long for you to bring that one down, sadly. Thor stayed in the air forever. He's going to die too, though. So it's not all doom and gloom. Now, the one thing you want to work on in this laning phase is definitely your farming as Cupid. I feel like you're not using your heart bomb as often as you can. You should be focusing, honestly, at the beginning of the stage, you should be focusing on hitting the gods with that ability of the heart bomb, just to zone them out. But if you can't do that, then you should be trying to use it on the minions to catch yourself back up. There's a fight breaking out on the right hand side again. You're going to try and rotate back there because that's technically your lane. Maybe we can get some kills here. Why do we back up? Why do we back up here? What's this back up about? I don't understand the backup. You're in tower, right? Come on, you've got a tower here. A full health tower. I know they've just used damage and stuff, but you're still... Oh, you get pulled again. Oh, that hurt. That hurt, stop. Keep throwing out the heart bombs where you can. Focus them on not being hit by the tower. There you go. You're going to get a couple of them anyway. A few more stacks. Help with the red buff. I like the call here. This is a good, intelligent play to make sure you soak as much experience as you can. Neef. Oh, lovely rotation. Lovely decision on the rotation. Beads get used. She might still be dead, though. She should still be dead. Oh, the double tap didn't hit. Thor, let her finish it. What are you doing now? What are we doing? You walked into a whirlpool and a kraken? That was crazy. Oh, sorry. We didn't whirlpool and kraken ourselves. So... this part of it, I didn't like the flutter away. You farm the wave though, to the best of your ability. And then you rotate for red buff to get more experience, which I'm fine with because you've not got control of your own jungle right now. You see Neith in mid lane, flutter in to get closer. The Fields of Love was good. Shame you don't end up getting the kill, but at this point in time, at this very moment, you can't continue chasing this because your flutter's on cooldown, you're only level 9, you're having a rough game, you're really looking and hunting for farm more than anything else. If you can support at this stage of the game and get kills, cool, but your major objective right now is to catch up with this Neith. So what I would like to have seen you done here is that as soon as Neith backflips away, there's nothing you can do to help this engagement anymore. I would have liked to immediately just seen you go back to your jungle, retreat back through this area here, and straight back to the safety of the tower on this side, and start farming and pushing this wave out. Neith's going to be out of action for a while. You know this because she was in mid lane and she's just got knocked to very, very low health. So that means she's going to have to base. She may still get chased down by your teammates, but that's not your job anymore. Your job is to get back to this lane and start farming and getting these Devourer's Gauntlet stacks online. Instead, you hang around and eat some free poke. You try and support the Arachne, which is good stuff. You end up getting a kill for it. But what do we do then? Are we going to base? I hope we don't base. I really hope we don't base. You offer him some hearts. He doesn't like your hearts. And now you're trying to hold him mid lane. Good heart bomb in the back creep. See, that heart bomb in the back creep should have been happening all the time with how the lane pressure was. You're realising it now. Go back to your lane. 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 Stop hanging around here. Yeah, go back to your lane. The only problem is you go back to your lane just a little bit later than you should have done. The wave is in a good position for you to be able to free farm this. Take your purple buff, which is fine. But now, sit in this lane. Please do not push this, okay? I'm going to explain why I say please do not push this. The reason you don't want to push it is Neith is already ahead. She's in a strong position. But where the minion wave currently is at the moment means that it's going to be positioned up this sort of area here. This one minion is actually doing a lot to influence the lane flow. This extra minion that has survived on this side of the map means that the minion wave's probably going to be about here, I'm going to say, when this minion dies and those minions move forward in the lane. Which means you're in a prime position of safety. And Neith is in a prime position of danger by coming too far forward to try and farm this. She could be risky and come forward and farm it if she's got good wall coverage. At the same time, she might be very, very confident. And you're not in the greatest position to really fight her. What I would like to see you do is to freeze this here and only last hit to keep this wave here as long as possible. You still need to last hit him though just because of the stacks. If it wasn't for the fact you were stacking here, I would have just told you to freeze it and not even last hit. Just sit in the wave and talk to the minions and say, hey guys, how's your day going? Yeah, not bad, you know, just another day on the map, chilling, having fun. You know how it goes. But you don't freeze it, which... it happens, but it's one thing you should learn about. By freezing it, it relieves pressure on you. It allows you to catch up some experience in gold and deny some experience in gold to the other opponents as well. Puts them in a bad position as well. Now you've pushed the wave in, what now happens is where the minions are about to come to, you need to realise, okay? So if we look at this minion wave now, you've both got a new minion wave coming in on the backside, this one and this one. But you've got an extra minion wave here. So this basically means that you're going to have 12 creeps. Sorry, it's not 12, is it? It's 11. Math. 11 creeps up against 6, which means that this is now going to push hard. The problem is the wave is now going to come to about this sort of area, and when it gets to this sort of area, Sylvanas is going to be able to farm it, Neith's going to farm it, and if they don't farm it, it's going to be frozen there. And if it is frozen there, the only way to get it to unfreeze for a few seconds is to push it. Otherwise, it's going to hang around this sort of area for a little bit too long. Let's see how you play this one out. So, now that you've pushed it, You've realised you can't go any further. You don't have wall coverage. You're worried about the situation on the map. So you're trying to find something else to farm, which ends up being back harpies. If you would have done what I suggested, which was to just freeze it at that moment near your tower, you would have been in a safer, ample, decent situation for you, just to continue farming for a longer period of time. Oh, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Don't do that again. Don't want to see that again. It was an accident that you reset it, but don't just leave one camp. You're counter-jungling yourself there. You're losing experience, especially because of the fact I'm pretty sure that was the big creep as well. There was no point doing them, because the big creep's the good experience on it. Was that a big creep? It looks like the big creep. Yeah, it was the big creep. So, fight going on the purple buff. You got invasion going on by Thor. Good Fields of Love. It's a bit of a shame that Fields of Love. It could have been a little bit better. You really should have thought about where their plan of escape was going to be. You were too busy getting it on them immediately to stop the backflip that you didn't think about where everybody's going to be. You've got a big rotation this side. So where's the only option? Well, you're here, so you're covering that option. So the Fields of Love should have been positioned a little bit more forward. You were so busy trying to get it off that you end up missing it, which is unfortunate. Giannis rotation comes through with a gigantic, humongous baby in your face. You're going to get slammed around a bit. You've not got Flutter online, so you're going to go down. Did we use Flutter to engage that? I guess we did. Watch that back and just check. We are floating quite a lot, in fairness. We want to be thinking about when we're using float and when we're not. If we float to get to this fight, yeah, we do. Now that was just where it needed to be. Just there. Just there. Or just right on top of them, but aiming towards the right-hand side a little bit more. If you did it there, your Kraken boy would have been able to get a double Kraken off here. Probably pick up a double kill for you before the rotation even comes out. So it's unfortunate, but using your flutter to get into this, as well as your ultimate, now means you're out of mana. And when this fight continues, you get turned on. People are like, oh look, tasty Cupid, I'll have some of that, thank you very much. And you go down again. From this point, I'm going to stop here with this replay. What I can see from your play, you understand when to go aggressive. Sorry, not when to go aggressive. When to push the lane or when to walk to the lane and go and farm it. And when you can't do that, it feels like you walked away from that when you pushed that one in. Instead, you do notice the jungle and you do look for opportunities for experience on the map, which is very, very good stuff. Your laning phases, Cupid, though, needs a lot of improvement. You need to be looking towards poking the enemies down in this lane a lot more often. If you get an opportunity for a heart bomb, use it. And if you're having a negative lane like this where they've got great push power, and Neath and Sylvanas do have fantastic push power, you want to be using your heart bombs as much as possible to clear out the minion wave. Not necessarily on the melee minions. Remember, the melee minions will be the first ones to die, but it's the archer minions that do the helping with the pushing power. So if you can use your heart bomb on the back minions, it's more likely you'll poke the enemy team because they're near the archer minions, because that's where hunters generally stand in that sort of position, on the same sort of distance away as the archer minions. So if you poke the archer minions with your heart bombs, you're going to kill them, reduce their damage coming out, finish them off faster, reduce the push power. You're still going to get pushed, but the melee minions, even though they are worth technically more, they're technically going to be easier for you to try and farm once the archer minions are down and keep the push power off from the enemy team. Watch out for the double roots, you eat them quite a lot. And a little bit less chatting. I think the very start of the game when you were having a conversation with somebody, I'm not sure who, but you were having a conversation with someone as you walked to the lane, you immediately lost push power in that lane straight from that moment, and that just really set up the tone of this game and how it was going to play out for you. Heart bombs though, heart bomb aggression, your Fields of Love was pretty good when the Poseidon rotated him. You realise what you needed to do. The flutters, too much use of it. Stop using the flutter to get gap closing. I'd rather you see it used for escapes, especially when you're behind. When you're behind, chasing him for a kill is not always the best idea. I only want you to see you use the flutter if it's a guaranteed 100% you will get the killing blow in these situations. I don't want to see you using it for mobility to get to that area faster, because putting your escape on cooldown when you are behind is going to put you further and further and further behind, and it's not going to help you out as much as you can. Going into future games though, less chit chat, more focus on the game, better heart bombs. Your rotations seem pretty good in terms of keeping an eye on the map awareness of what's going on in the situation, which is very good stuff. And your farming in the jungle is good, but your farming in lane needs to improve as well. Good luck in your future games though, buddy. I'm pretty sure you can do a lot better than that, and I hope to see another video that you do send in where we can see lots of improvements.